All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Foreign Market Review this morning. I think we have 11 persons online. Right, so just give me three minutes and 11 people set up. Chat. Just 3 minutes. 3 minutes. All right, good morning, everyone, once again. Right, please, you can hear me clearly. Type in the chat box. It's clear. Just type in the chat box. It is clear, so that you know how to move forward this morning. Right, can you see my screen? Can you hear me? Right, please. Yeah. All right, I need 2, 3 more persons to perform so that you know that they're working with here. Here. The last person that wants to win the 10 pips. Okay, good. All right, so we are welcome once again to Morning Market Review. My name is Gabriel from the Abuja office, and we want to handle the Morning Market Review. So stay with me, okay? Now, something happened yesterday while I was putting some people through on how to buy and how to sell. Now, basically, anytime price has fallen money, especially if you have a good swing like this. You have a good swing like this, right? This kind of swing that you are seeing. This is price moved for over 400 and something pips. So if you have something, a good swing like this. The best thing you want to do is to look for where to join price. Yesterday, I asked some persons to actually enter a buy somewhere around there, which they were in profit at some point. So, but price now fell and it located this low, which is this support we have here. Now, in identifying this here, so automatically, this shows to me that price tested the support. I have a bullish engulfing, but price did not pull up. And this is to tell me that there's a factor, keeping the strength of dollar be, there's a factor keeping the strength of dollar to be low. So what should I do? Or what am I supposed to do? Now, this is the chart of USD JPY, and we'll be quickly be checking through, on higher time frames and also on different time frames, what is expected of us to do on USD/JPY with all indication of what price has been doing, right? So with what price has been doing currently, if you notice, price is more like ranging downwards. For a while now, USD/JPY has been on a sell. Good morning, Mr. Ernest. So USD/JPY has been on a sell rampage, and we don't know when the rampage is going to end. Nobody knows. I said I know, just to see with you guys, okay? But we don't know when the rampage will end, but it can only be a fundamental factor that explains why it has been selling for a while, and for the fact that the Japanese yen, their economy, their last interest rate result was a good one for the economy. So yes, because of the interest rate outcome, was very good for the Japanese yen. So now, what are we trying to say here? Basically, if the interest rate of dollar is going to be reduced, that means if they are going to reduce it, then the sell rampage is going to continue. Sell rampage will continue because that means USD/JPY will most likely change trend. USD/JPY will most likely change trend because everybody believes that USD/JPY, from what we can see, that USD/JPY is an uptrend. Basically, if I go on a monthly time frame, all right, so this is what I have on my monthly time frame. See, price has been selling consistently. Has been selling consistently. So even if price wants to fall, right, there is a point price will need to get to. And where are we expecting it to get to, right? Because if you are trading some instruments, you need to look out for eventuality. So eventuality, what I mean by eventuality here is for the fact that now price will most likely visit area 1. This is area 1, and area 2 somewhere around there, which is like 1,000 pips, where you see the 1,000 pips. Area 3 is somewhere.
Let me be holding your hand when you are walking.
All right, let me just move everybody so that they will not hold my hand. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right, I think everyone is pleased. All right, but just allow them to hold their hands because the Nigerian economy is. All right, let's continue. Okay, let's continue. So now, just like I was explaining to us, right? Thus, the whole essence of coming online and doing this analysis is that we want to see what price will do either for the day or for the rest of the week or for the rest of the month or for the rest of the year. So if there's any change in the movement of price, we get to notice it. So now, with all indication of what prices has been doing, because there's something I noticed about price. Anytime it falls, it always find its way back up. It falls, it finds its way back up. Now, it's falling. So can we say that price is ready to find its way back up, or it is until it gets down to my first level, which I called area 1, and my second level, which is area 2, right? So can we say price is ready to do something like that? So that all we need to be doing on this instrument is just to be setting what is called pending orders, right? We just need to be setting pending orders so that we will be able to cash the move. Now, practically speaking, price is at 100 moving average. That's broken 21. That's broken 50. Now, it's looking like it's going to break by 100 moving average. I'm using a moving average 21, 50, and 100. 150 and 100, which is exponential. Now, with what I'm saying, there are two things that will most likely play out. Two things. One, is either price comes down to this low, let me just mark it. Okay, I have something here already, so let's use this. Change it to okay. Now, it's either price comes back to this low, because every point of lows are rejection and liquidity. Rejection and liquidity. So if I was to check 1, 2, 3, now there's no fair value gap on this weekly time frame that I can see. Oh, none. That is quite obvious. So now, if price can come back to this low, okay, so look at this low here. Look at this low. So these are like a call price, a call. Now, since there's a curve here, now basically I'm looking at price getting as low as 141.444. 141.444. So if it's getting to 141.444, then I'm expecting a bounce back above the 100 moving average. Okay? Remember, I said two things. Two things. The first scenario is that bounce from 141.444, bounce up back upon above the moving average. Then they can now find its way up, because from all the indication, you see my trend line. You can see my trend line here. Shows that price has broken the trend line, use the trend line as resistance, and there's tendency for more of a sell, right? So the second scenario is that price will most likely do up and down a bit, and after that, let it fall. And if it's falling, basically, since this is weekly time frame, if it's falling, I'm expecting it to get as low as 137.59. Anywhere around 138, anywhere around 138. So I'm expecting price to get as low as 138, anywhere around it. So these are what we do for price. So we check out for eventuality and we check to see, is there anything that can make price to go up or down? So if I now come down to daily time frame, I have to ensure I'm still seeing what I've seen on the higher time frame, right? Because every time you come lower, it becomes more clearer and clearer. But you have seen the overview on the higher time frame. So right now, you are just checking through, right? You are just checking through. So this is daily time frame. We have a bearish engulfing, and you see that price sold, right? Sold to the support. So even if, remember I said, even if price will fall, you should get to 141.444, anywhere around 141.444. So for today, there's tendency for a sell. Tendency for a sell. So with this, if this can successfully finish as a bearish candle, then I think there's going to be a fair value gap. We can successfully finish at here. So right. So there are so many gaps that price has created on the daily time frame that you still need to recover. It will still need to get back there, and we are expecting price to react at those levels. So price to react at those levels. So now, all this being said, where should I buy? Where should I sell? Okay, if I'm to advise, I will advise you are looking at buying above the last high, right? Which means you set a pending order above the last high, which is going to be very good for you because you can see moving average is already close to the last high. Shows that this is a resistance zone. Where you are seeing currently is what? A resistance zone. And it's not advisable to be buying at resistance. So you place to buy above the resistance with take profits 15 to 20 pips, not too far from your entry point, right? So that's what you do. Then for the sell, if you are looking out to sell, then I'll advise you just set your pending order below this last low, the price created. Put your sell stop below it. Then you are looking at taking profit before the next level of support, which is somewhere around there. Right, somewhere around there. So this is what I would advise you to do. In as much as if we check our Forex Factory, which is where we normally get news. Let's see, calendar, right? Calendar. So where we normally get news from, if we check, do we have any news coming out for dollar today? Yes, we have. ADP non-farm payroll, and you can see it. There's ADP non-farm employment change by 1:15. There's Challenger job cuts. Let's see what this news all about. Change in the number of job cuts announced by employers. So as it is extremely early data, but historically has limited short-term correlation with overall labor conditions. So this is not a major news impact that we want to focus on. Okay, so don't forget ADP non-farm employment change, measuring the change in the number of people employed apart from the farming industry and also the government, right? So this one is measuring more of private sector. So the ADP means automatic data processing, right? So this news, basically, if you check previous 122, forecast 144. Let's see how it has been lately. So it has not been above 200 for a while. The highest basically has been 150 for the past 3 months, 152. So since they are expecting 144, well, I think based on sentiment, I should be expecting 150 or 152. 152. So that means there's tendency the news might come out good for there's tendency that the news might come out good for dollar because they want to look out for every opportunity to make the dollar to be strong again. All right, Esther, good morning. Please help me analyze D30. Okay, D30 is now D40. Rally robot, okay, what can be done? What can be done? Very simple. A lot of things can be done. All right. So let me finish up with the dollar because also when it comes to the D, when it comes to D, indices also has a correlation with the dollar. So if we know what will happen to the dollar, then we know what will happen to every instrument that has correlation with. Right? So we just need to know how they affect each other and how the news move. So for today, we are expecting ADP, non-farm employment change, and also we are expecting unemployment claims, measuring the numbers of people that lose their job in the previous week. So we are measuring the numbers of people that lose their job for the previous week. So now, all these data are insights to what price will most likely do. They are insights to what price will most likely do. And before the end of today, okay, so for the unemployment claims, it has been dancing between 3,633, sorry, 2,326, 2,323. So I won't be expecting too much move. So probably I should be expecting something like 230 something or 227, right? So based on what has been happening, right? So that's what I'll be checking, or that's what I'll be looking out for. Not too much move. Now for today, there are two news I'm expecting, right? That they will have a significant impact in the market. The first one should be the ADP non-farm employment change, which is one. Then two, the ISM services PMI. ISM services PMI, because the manufacturing PMI caused a wave. That was on Tuesday, right? So, and I've been on a trade on US 100. So, right now, looking out for all this, don't forget tomorrow is the D-Day, which is the NFP. All right. So, and if you want to trade, you can trade this news and make massive money. And make massive money. As you are making massive money, be careful with your lot size so that you understand. Okay. So now let me quickly go back to the chart because that's where we are coming from. So I think I'm done with USD JPY. So if you have to trade it, don't forget your entry should be above the percent high, your entry for sell below the lowest point. So let's check DE for DE for. All right. This is DE 40. Hey, Remy Douglas, can you trade NFP with 250K? Yes, why not? In short, you can trade NFP with 100K, you can trade it with 250K, but it's just that now, for you to be able to maximize the move, you actually need much more money to trade it. Why I said much more money is because the rate at which price will move, you need a bigger volume that will help you to maximize that kind of move. Actually, but you can trade it with 250K. But probably I can advise that you top up, make it 500. If you can, just make it up to 500K so that regardless of what will happen, you know that you are secure. Okay. All right. So DE 40. Right. Now, black and white. Let's start from the higher time frames. So what has been the trend lately? So this is network. So what has been the trend on D40? What has been the trend? What has price been doing? Oh, wow. Well, I will advise, okay, yes, you can set pending order for NFP tomorrow. I said, I think it will be streamed live, so you can try and key into rally trades, right? So now looking at this, look at the move that price did. DE40. You can see the move price did, right? Now, you said you are on the buy. In as much as buy is the right trade, but from all indications, okay, this is my audio still good. My audio still good. Is my audio still good? We still have good audio. Can you hear me? Right, if you can hear me, just let me know in the chat box. I think network has started. All right, if you can hear me, just let me know. Just type it in the chat box, loud and clear. Hey, Elira, thank you. I'll give you 10 tips. All right, thank you. Hey, good. Okay, all right, so let's continue there. So what I was saying is that for this D40 basically right now, right now for D40 with all indication and with everything we can see. Prices are the resistance. Now, how do we know prices are the resistance? Because over time, this is the highest high of all, highest high of all. So the buy is not a wrong trade. You understand? The buy is not a wrong trade, but the location at which the buy, that's the problem. Because it is not advisable to be buying at the all-time high of an instrument. Because if you check the 40 very well, for over time, it has been going up, right? But there are some times what happens, you see that it falls. And after it has fallen very well, what happens? It finds its way back up. So reason why I said the buy is not a wrong trade is because eventually, no matter how long price falls, it will still go back, still take you back in profit. But the only problem will just be for the fact that do you have enough money in that account to be able to hold it? So, two things. If you don't have enough money in that account, I will just tell you to accept your loss, just close out the loss and rebuild, build up what you've lost, and you get yourself back into profit. Okay, but if you have enough money, then you should not worry. Leave it. Should be somewhere around there. See, which is a bit far, considering that you are trading a D40, so a bit far. Anything that makes you to get there, expect a bounce back. So what you can do is you can wait for it to get there. So you can wait for it to get there. And after it has gotten there, then you can now be looking out to buy DE40. Okay? So you can be looking out to buy DE40. Sorry for the technical issues. All right, so I think, can we see my screen now? Okay. All right, so can you see my screen now? All right, let's quickly, because I want us to really do some good numbers of instruments, so that you can look out for opportunities to buy and also to sell. All right, so so I think I'm back online. Please, um, sorry for the technical issues. Okay. So, all right, can we hear me? Is it clear? Is it good? Is it good? Is our audio good? Is our screen good? Audio and screen. At least let's quickly confirm that. All right, can you see my screen? Can you hear me? Can you see my screen? All right, you are welcome, Esther. So now, All right, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so going forward, so let's quickly look at, I think I saw Euro USD in one of the chat box, right? Euro USD. Now, for Euro USD, now, if you notice, that's the essence of analysis, right? The essence of analysis is to be able to eventually know what price will do per time. To know what price will do per time, and looking at what is happening on Euro USD. All right, don't worry, we'll do XAU USD, we'll do US 100. Those will be the last two instruments, okay? But let me quickly finish up with Euro USD. Now, looking at what price did, price got back to the all-time high. I think this chart is a bit confusing for some, so let me use another chart. What I was trying to explain is for the fact that price located the resistance, got there, bounced back, tried to go back up. Now, from here, from all the indications, everything I can see here, looking at price closing in a triangle. So if price is closing in a triangle, I'm expecting it to fall. Right? So we are looking now for, this is Euro USD, Euro USD, Euro USD. All right, so now I'm looking at price closing in a triangle, except it breaks it, all right? Except it breaks it. So with what has been happening, it's looking like price is resting above, by moving average, it has rested above it, trying to pull up, but it will still find its way back. Still find its way back. So anything from 1.09089, anything from 1.0989. Then now I'm looking out for a point because somebody said they want to buy and they want to sell. You see that USD has gained its strength while JPY has lost strength. So USJPY is a buy. But look out for the fundamental so that you don't make mistake, right? Look out for the fundamental so that you don't make mistakes, okay? So now, Euro USD daily time frame. Price got to the moving average, it bounces back. So are we expecting it to get to 50 moving average or somewhere around there before it will now eventually pull all the way back? So if we are looking at trading Euro USD, I would advise, since there has been a dead cross, now as much as price is looking like resting above 50 moving average, trying to go back up. But I can't just advise an instant execution on I can't advise instant execution on Euro USD. So it's going to be more of pending orders. More of pending orders. If you don't know how to set pending orders, please, you need to attend training so that we can teach you how to set pending orders. So for me now, above this high, the high of yesterday, this is the highest point for yesterday. Above the high, I've been looking at putting my entry point. Then before this 1.11220, I'm looking at taking my profit. Okay, don't forget that. Put your entry above the last high, somewhere around 1.110. Then you put your take profit somewhere around 1.11, 1112. Because these are areas of support and resistance. Understand? These are areas of resistance. If you are looking out to sell below the moving average, put your entry, then take profit before this point here. So when you know your support and resistance, it's easier for you to set entry point that you will not miss out of the move. You will not miss out in what price is doing at that season and also at that point in time. So if I'm looking out to set energy, remember I said above the previous high, somewhere around here, 1110. Then you take profit before the next point. And after you have done that, you can now look out for a sell order below your moving average, put your pending orders, and you put your take profit, all right? The pending orders, and you put your take profit. So I think that's my take on Euro USD. So somebody mentioned US 100. Now, why I will do US 100 is for the fact that I picked a trade on Tuesday and I was ignorant of a fundamental event that happened, which wasn't my fault. And currently, I'm still on the trade. The trade was up to minus 200,000, but from there it has reduced to it has reduced to 113,000. So now I'm expecting a buy for US 100. Basically, that's falling, so I'm expecting a buy for US 100. Now, when it comes to US 100, you see, let's quickly check from. Don't forget, if you are doing your analysis, you do it from higher time frame to the lowest time frame. Right now, what happened why US 100 sold was for the fact that Nvidia was subpoenaed by the Department of Justice in the US. You know, so though I've not gotten full details about it, which means they summoned Nvidia to court. So because of that subpoena, now US 100 lost, its value in the market, and Nvidia also had a loss of over $297 billion in the market. So $297 billion, imagine. Right? So, but with all indication, it is expected that it will still bounce back, or it's possible this is one of the days where you have US 100 to want to sell. And if it's going to sell, I'm expecting it to sell very well, just like what it did before. Now, let me quickly show us something. You see, there are some instruments, by the time you check them very well, right? You need to understand how they move. This guy is sold very, very well. And after selling very, very well, what happens? See, price find its way up. Now, for how long? What was the movement in terms of pips? So this is 61154. 154.2. 154.2. Now, if something like that is going to happen again, then I think we should have it somewhere around there. Yeah. If that's why I said if something like this is going to happen again, so we should have it somewhere around there. 61. So anywhere from here. See, now if I place a buy on US 100, it's not a bad trade. Reason being for the fact that it is an uptrend. So even if price fall, it will still go back up. Do you understand? So there are some instruments, it's not that you pick the wrong trade, but what happened is that you are picking the trade at the wrong location. That's what is happening. All right. That's why I usually advise before you buy, wait for price to fall first. Price must have fallen before you are thinking of buying. And at the same time, price must have risen. That means price must have gone up. It must have rise before you now think of what? Of selling. Okay, but there are some instruments you should not be thinking of selling them, reason for the fact that their trend is uptrend. There are some instruments you should not be buying them, reason for the fact that their trend is what is downtrend. So now with this being said, so what am I now expecting for US 100? What am I expecting for US 100? So let's start going back to smaller time frames. So as you can see, price got to moving average, bounces back. Now it's looking like it's going to bounce back. If it falls from Right. So, sorry for the break. In, all right. So let's quickly continue. Let's continue. Okay. So I hope the audio and the visual is clear. I hope the audio and the visual is clear. Okay. So after US 100, we are going to do gold. Right. After US 100, we will do gold. All right. Thank you. So after US 100, we are going to do XAU USD. Now, uh, looking at what looking at what price is doing here currently, looking at what price is doing here currently, so I'm expecting price. All right. So uh, app, when you are in a country where you have a bad system, even the network will be bad, which is what is happening currently. All right. So let's just quickly rush through since we have a few more minutes. A few more minutes left, so let's rush through. So, my take on US 100 is just very, very simple. Very simple. So that means I'll be looking out for a sell stop around here and a buy stop around here. So somebody was asking a question that which of the news by 3 o'clock will have more impact on the movement of price. Now, one of the news that will have more impact, that I think will have more impact by 3 o'clock, should be the ISM services PMI, right? The ISM services PMI. But you only have one news coming out by 3 p.m. So I think the ISM services PMI is fine. So you can get to take advantage of it. Don't forget, set your pending orders, put it a buy stop and a sell stop. Right. So you can just do a buy stop XAU. Let's quickly switch to XAU USD. XAU USD, that's go. All right, I think we still remember the last time I did gold, right? And I gave us scenarios that will most likely play out on gold. Scenarios that will most likely play out on gold. So this is weekly time frame currently. This was a resistance which has turned to support. Let me just change it to three so that we know that it is support currently. Apple, something right, light green, right? So support, support. Now there are still different levels of support. So, but currently, remember we said the price target for gold is 3,000 price level, which means currently it has found a good spot at 2005 price level. So we are expecting gold, or rather, I'm expecting gold to get to 3,000 price level. All right. So if it's going to get there, definitely you should be looking out for more of buy uh, rather than a sell, more of buy rather than a sell. So if you are going to do any entry or any uh, trade, you need to set your pending orders, is pending order. So with this now, I think adjust, I'll just adjust this a bit up. Now, just adjust it a bit up because since dollar is gaining strength, that means that If you set an expiry date, or you set a take profit too close to your entry, or you set a stop loss that is too close to your entry, so there's tendency it will knock you out. These are three conditions that basically that I think can play out in that kind of scenario. All right. So, but unless you explain further, I might not be able to give you a precise condition to that. Okay. All right. So the screen, all right, don't worry about the screen. Now, basically, just look out for the highest point and the lowest point for gold. And you can just put your entries, your buy stop and your sell stop there. All right. So please, when you are trading, be careful. Look out for liquidity areas that price will most likely get to. Don't put your stop loss too close to your entry, because if it's too close, you can easily be knocked out of the trade. Okay, so gold, do your buy stop, sell stop, because the fundamental coming out today will also have an effect on gold. Most likely, it is either it makes gold to fall or it makes gold to buy. And if gold is buying, definitely we are looking at it pushing all the way up. Now, it might not be this month, it might not be next month before it gets to $3,000 price levels, but obviously it's getting there, all right? So all you need to do, look out for more of a buy rather than a sell. We'll look out for more of a buy rather than a sell, all right? So which of the three news? Okay, I think I've answered that question. All right, if you have any question, you can drop it on the chat box, and just a few minutes, we call it a day. All right. Apologies for the technical issues at my end. You know, we were sure to work and sort it out. Okay. All right. So if you have any question, we still have some few minutes. We still have some few minutes so that I can answer our questions. If you have any question, okay, just put it on chat box, then I will answer your question. So I have less than 2 minutes to wrap up. Less than 2 minutes. So don't forget, you can attend the online training, CFTP online via Zoom, and you can watch the recorded version of every classes so that you learn a lot. There is no knowledge that is a waste. No knowledge is a waste. So you attend online training. If you have time and you have the resources, attend a physical training where you'll be trained physically. You know, and don't forget our offices in Lagos, Port Harcourt, Ibadan, and Abuja. If you find yourself in any of these locations, do well to take a well physical training so that you can get to know how to apply them. All right. So CHF, JPY. Okay, I think we are done for instrument for today. We are done for instrument for today. So, in the absence of no other thing, so let's just call it a day. All right. Thank you for joining the Morning Market Review. So thank you for joining the Morning Market Review. Have a lovely trading day. Have a lovely trading day. Right. Don't forget, don't expose your account to too much risk. Don't expose your account to. Right. Thank you and have a nice day.